What I want to do today is talk about full body exercises. I decided to show you some and I'm going to narrate on top of it, so bear with me. First and foremost, before you do anything, you need to warm up. What I do with most of my clients and myself is I use these things right here. These are called foam rollers. They're about $10 a piece. That thing's called a stick. The foam rollers particularly, though, you can get them. They're cheap. They're easy to get. If you need a website, let me know and I'll tell you what it is. Right now, I'm just rolling out my hips. I mean, you do this about 8 or 10 times. Typically, these foam rollers are just basically like a poor person's massage. I use them every single day. I'm rolling between my shoulder blades. You can pretty much roll any meaty area on the body. I'm rolling my hamstrings. I'm fixing to roll my calves. You can pretty much roll anywhere on the body. You don't want to roll the neck. You don't want to roll your lower back or ribs, things like that. But you can pretty much roll most of the places. The most important place to probably roll is right there where the crease of your body is, where your upper body and lower body meet. That's what gets tight on most people when they sit down all day. So doing that helps a lot before a workout. If you want to get in there a little deeper, you can get this thing called the stick, is what I'm using right now. It gets in there a little bit more. It's a great tool if you're serious about your tissue quality and stuff like that, but any of those will work. The next thing I'm going to do is we're going to do a regular warm-up. We're going to start off with squats to get the lower body going. If you're a beginner, you'd want to squat to a bench, just like I'm doing, pushing your butt back to sit on the bench. If that's pretty easy for you, you've got your balance down, you can put your hands out front and do a regular body weight squat. Any of these work well. Form is perfect. Go slow. You're just trying to get your blood pumping. I'm doing what's called a goblet squat, named from Dan John. You can use a dumbbell, you can use a kettlebell like I'm using. It doesn't really matter. You could use anything. You could pick up your baby and use it. It doesn't really matter. Just trying to warm up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm bending from that hip. Right where my hands are hitting is the crease of your body. That's where we're bending backwards. This is different from a squat because my hips are going backwards and going forward instead of up and down. Up and down is a squat. Backwards and forward is a hip hinge pattern. Very important. You need to do both. What I'm doing now is a basic beginner plank. That's one version. If you can do that one, you'd move up to long arm planks from the knees. If those are easy, you progress to this, going from the toes on your elbows. If that's easy, progress up. Actually, this one right here is probably a little easier than the other one, but you get the point. These are all progressions. Now what I'm doing is just going back to the knees. I'm warming up. You could pick any one of these plank versions to warm up. That one's going from the elbows up to the hands. Make it a little harder, you can go from the toes. I'm just kind of going back and forth, using it as a warm-up. This is a plank because we're moving in. The first exercise I'm going to show you, full body I like to do, is a push-up. So now we're ready for a push-up. Push-up is like a plank and an upper body exercises combined. If you're a beginner, you can do these from the wall or a bench just like I'm doing. Basic push-up. If you're ready to go to the ground, a lot of women, I start off with this, they have lack in upper body strength. You're just going down. You're doing the negatives. You're going slow on the way down. You can kind of cheat back up, but that's how you kind of start off getting a little bit of strength. Once you've got that, you just do regular push-ups from the knees. Once those are good, go to the toes. Work on push-ups in there. You could also do negatives from the toes. Doesn't matter. Just keep progressing. Now I'm adding a plank. A push-up is a full body exercise because it's a plank and an upper body exercise at the same time. One of the best. Right here is basically like a gymnastics push-up where I'm lining that up with my belly button. You can keep progressing all the way up. You can start putting your feet up, make them a little bit harder. My back's a little bad form right there, but I was, kind of show you what the video is going. Single arm version, I was a little tired at this point. I wasn't going to try to pull one of those out. It probably wouldn't have been any more pretty than the last one. The last thing I'm going to show you is basically just a progression. I've got some gymnastic rings. You don't need them, but this would be, you can do stuff like this. You can, get up, use the gymnastic rings. I'm just trying to show you that, this is part one of a part two video. Next week I'll have more, but these things are all full body exercises. I'm going to have all the rest of them that I can think of next week and give you a lot of things to work on, but chew on this. I will see you next week. If you have any questions, write me, and have a good week.